Hi everybody, welcome to The Big Story, where we're looking at those amazing stories in the Bible. Well, just looking outside of my window, it's a very grey and wet day. Looks like I'm going to be doing some indoor filming again. So I've set something up to help us to think about today's story. I wonder how your day has been so far. Well, when we think about our day, certain things have got to happen, and they've got to happen in a certain way. At the beginning of the day, I would suggest the thing that has simply got to happen is we've got to get up. Nothing else much is going to happen unless we wake up and get out of bed. Next thing we'll want to do is get washed and get dressed. And I think then the most important thing that we should be thinking about doing is actually having some breakfast. We need to eat something. We need energy for the activities for the morning and the coming day. Maybe then, if you've got a dog, the next thing that really simply needs to happen is to take the dog for a walk. The dog wants to go out. It's got things that it needs to do as well. And then after that, well, it's time to get down to do some work and spend the morning looking at some things that the school has sent home for you to be doing. And that will probably take you up to midday, and it's time to have something to eat. It's time to eat our lunch so that we've got some energy for the activities in the afternoon. All these are very important, and they all really need to happen in a certain way. For instance, if you want to take the dog for a walk, you will need to get up, but what you don't want to do is do that before getting dressed. I don't think many people really want to go and take their dog for a walk without getting dressed. All these things are important and they have a priority. They need to happen in a certain way. Today we're going to look at a story where Jesus wanted to teach some people something very important. What simply is the most important thing that they should be doing.
Jesus travelled around the countryside with his friends, the disciples, telling people about God and his kingdom. When it came to night time, they would simply, have to camp wherever they were. But sometimes he would visit friends. So today we're looking at a story where Jesus and the disciples went to see Jesus' good friend Lazarus and his sisters Mary and Martha.
As soon as Jesus and his disciples arrived at their home, Lazarus and his two sisters, Mary and Martha, just welcomed them into their home. They were just so pleased to see them. Now, as soon as you've got guests, you'd get them to sit down at your table, and the first thing that would happen is you'd bring out some nibbles. Now, I've only got a small tray here with a few items. I'm sure it would have been more than this, but these are the sorts of things that could have been offered. I've got some here, some dates, some nice sweet dates. In here we've got some almonds, some nuts. They're nice to be nibbling on as well. And I know this one isn't everybody's favourite, but olives are very popular in that part of the world. So we've got some nice juicy black olives. And these would be offered to your guests as a way of welcoming them into your home. So everyone was there just sitting down with Jesus, spending time with him and catching up on the news. Meanwhile, Martha has gone into the kitchen and she's set to work. They've got honoured guests and she wants to make them a nice meal. But after a while she realises she's in the kitchen on her own. Where's Mary? And she looks out the window and there's Mary sitting out there with Jesus. Why isn't she in here working? I think she might have dropped a few hints, like maybe clattering a few pots around, but Mary didn't seem to be taking any notice. Now, I don't know if Mary really knew what was going on, or she could hear Martha clattering around in the kitchen, because all she wanted to do at that moment was just to spend time with Jesus. She just wanted to be with him. She just wanted to hear the things that he was talking about. So Martha carries on making the food in the kitchen, and every so often she's looking out the window and she can see Mary just sitting there next to Jesus. And after a while, she's had enough. this just isn't good enough. She's going to go out there and have a word. So in a right old huff, out comes Martha to where everyone is sitting. Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do all the work? Tell her to come through to the kitchen and help me. And Jesus looked at Martha and said, Martha, 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 you're just so worried about so many things. Not everything is so important. In fact, there's one thing that is more important than anything else. Mary has chosen to do the right thing, and I'm not going to take it away from her. So let's get back to the beginning of today's big story. We had a look at all those important things that we might want to do just in one morning. Each one of them is good, and we said they were done in a certain way. And this is what Martha was doing. She was doing what she believed was important. She had guests and she wanted to look after them. She wanted to care for them. So she set to work. And all the things that she was doing was actually good. But by being busy, 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 she was missing out on the most important thing. And this is what Jesus wanted to teach her and Mary and Lazarus and the disciples. That of all the good things they could be doing, what they really needed was to spend time with him and to get to know him better. So as good as these things are, and they are, what Jesus is saying in this story is the most important thing that he wanted his friends to do was to spend time with him and to get to know him. Now that, I think, gives us an important question. Out of all the important things and good things that we are doing, in the busyness and in our excitement in doing some of these things, could we possibly be missing out on something that is most important, or someone who is very, very important as well? Today we've been looking at what is the most important things that we need to be doing, and we've also been thinking about priorities. What is the most important thing we need to be doing? I wonder if you've had a chance to think about that for yourself. What is the most important thing, or what is the most important person that you need to be spending time with and be thinking about doing? I want to finish this week, as usual, by saying a prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you for this story about Mary and Martha. I thank you that it tells us that you see us as being important, that you want to spend time with us. Help us to think about this most important question. What is, or who is, the most important person to us? And help us to spend time on that thing, and help us to spend time with that person. Amen. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Bye.